Welcome to Oahu, where jungle peaks rise from turquoise seas and every moment hums with island energy. This is 5 days of wild coastlines, floating with sea turtles, diving into ancient valleys, and watching the sun dip behind volcanic craters. You'll hike, swim, surf, and eat your way through the vibrant heart of Hawaii and leave with stories you'll never stop telling. Like what you see? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let the journey begin. Best time to visit. Oahu is a dream year-round, but the island truly shines during the shoulder months from mid-April to early June and again from September to mid-December. During these months, you'll find warm, breezy days around 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 26 degrees Celsius, fewer crowds, and better hotel deals, all without missing out on the island's best adventures. If you're chasing waves and dramatic swells, winter is your season. From November to March, the North Shore come alive with world-class surfing, but so do the crowds. It's peak tourist time with packed beaches and higher prices, though the weather stays comfortably warm at 80 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 to 28 degrees Celsius. Summer, from June through August, brings sunshine and school breaks. It's hot, it's lively, and it's buzzing, perfect for families, but expect heavier traffic and limited availability at popular spots. For the best of everything, weather, volume, and a little breathing room, the shoulder months are where the magic happens. Airport tips. Flying into Daniel K. Inouye International Airport in Honolulu, you'll be welcomed by warm island breezes and a surprisingly efficient airport experience. If you're heading to Waikiki, expect a 25 to 35-minute ride depending on traffic. A taxi or Uber will cost you around 32 to 45 USD, while shared airport shuttles are a reliable option for about 18 to 25 USD per person. Just make sure to book ahead of time. Public transportation is available too. The bus Route 20 connects the airport to Waikiki in just over an hour with a flat fare of 3 USD. If you plan to use buses often, grab a holo card at a local retailer or online. It's reloadable and works across the island's transit system. If you're renting a car, which is highly recommended for exploring Oahu's outer beaches and scenic drives, most major rental agencies have desks at the airport, though the pickup area requires a short shuttle ride. Book well in advance, especially during peak seasons, and be prepared for overnight hotel parking fees in Waikiki, which can add 30 to 50 USD per night. Insider tip. Avoid using currency exchange desks at the airport, they tend to have poor rates. If you need cash, withdraw from an ATM or wait until you reach Waikiki, where cards are widely accepted. Where to stay? Start your adventure on Oahu's North Shore, a place where time slows down and surfboards outnumber suits. This is the laid-back side of the island, surrounded by world-class waves, shrimp trucks, and golden sunsets. If you're traveling on a budget, local vacation rentals offer cozy comfort from around 150 to 200 USD per night. For something a bit more polished, the Courtyard by Marriott and Lai gives you solid amenities just steps from the beach with prices around 350 USD per night. And if you're ready to splurge, Turtle Bay Resort is the island's crown jewel. Think oceanfront views, luxury dining, and your own slice of paradise, starting at around 850 USD. After exploring the rural coastline, shift gears and check into Waikiki, Honolulu's beachside playground. This is where you'll end your trip with nightlife, shopping, and sunset cocktails. Budget travelers will find style and value with Roamer Waikiki, with nightly rates around 200 USD. For mid-range comfort with beachfront charm, Moana Surfrider offers a perfect mix of history and views for about 250 USD per night. And for those who want to finish big, Halekulani is one of the island's finest luxury stays, serene, refined, and set right on the water with rooms from 800 USD and up. Prefer something quieter? Kailua has peaceful boutique rentals near Lanikai Beach, while Ko'olina, on Oahu's sunny west coast, offers a resort vibe with Four Seasons elegance from 300 USD, or Marriott Villas with full kitchens and ocean views starting at around 600 USD. Insider tip. Split your stay between the North Shore and Waikiki. It's the best way to soak up Oahu's wild coast and city energy without spending hours in traffic. How to get around. Oahu may be small, but getting around efficiently makes all the difference. For anyone planning to explore beyond Honolulu, especially the North Shore or Windward Coast, renting a car is essential. Roads are easy to navigate, and you'll want the freedom to stop at hidden beaches, roadside fruit stands, and scenic lookouts whenever you like. Expect to pay around $300 to $500 USD for a 5-day rental, depending on the season and car type. If you're staying in Waikiki, parking fees at hotels can be steep, often $30 to $50 USD per night, and street parking is limited. For this part of your trip, it's often easier to rely on Oahu's public bus system known as the bus. It's clean, reliable, and runs all over the island, including to Pearl Harbor, Hanauma Bay, and downtown Honolulu. A single ride costs $3 USD, or you can use a holo card to load a 1-day pass for $7.5 USD or a 7-day pass for $30 USD. Both give unlimited rides. Uber and Lyft are widely available in Waikiki and Honolulu, but service gets spotty in rural areas like North Shore. If you're heading off the beaten path, don't rely on ride shares to get you home. Insider tip. If you plan to visit more than just one region on the island, consider combining a rental car with a holo card. It's the most flexible and cost-effective way to see both the wild coastline and the urban side of Oahu. Day 1. Coastal roads and island firsts. Morning. Scenic drive to the North Shore. Your first day on Oahu begins the moment you step outside the airport. With your rental car ready, you'll take the long, winding road toward the North Shore, not for speed, but for beauty. The Kamehameha Highway hugs the eastern coast, revealing a landscape that feels straight out of a movie. On one side, waves crash along sunlit shores. On the other, the emerald cliffs of the Ko'olau Mountains tower above. This isn't just a drive, it's your first glimpse of the wild, open soul of Oahu. Late morning, Foodland Kane'ohe lunch stop. Just as your appetite kicks in, make a stop at Foodland in Kane'ohe, a local staple and the perfect first stop for a taste of island life. This isn't just a grocery store, it's where locals grab lunch on the go and where you'll find some of the freshest poke on the island. Go for a 2-choice bowl with spicy ahi and limu poke over warm rice. It'll cost around $11 USD and it'll hit the spot after your first flight and drive. Stock up on snacks too, musubi, lihing gummies, maybe a chilled coconut water, perfect for the beach or the road ahead. Afternoon, Homohalalia Botanical Garden. Tucked beneath the towering Ko'olahu cliffs, Homohalalia Botanical Gardens feels like a hidden world carved into the mountains. If your timing allows, this peaceful stop offers a serene pause before continuing the coastal journey. The winding road through the garden is famously photogenic, lined with palms and lush tropical foliage that seems to swallow the sky. You can stay in your car and enjoy the views on a scenic drive-through, or stretch your legs with a short walk through the open lawns and rainforest trails. Entry is completely free, and the garden is open daily until 4 p.m., making it a great midday refresh without needing to rush. Insider tip. That viral photo you've seen, it's taken just behind the entrance gates. And while you can't block the road, you're welcome to pull over safely nearby and capture the view. Just be respectful of the signs and space. Kualoa Ranch or Kualoa Regional Park. Not far up the coast, it's time to choose your pace, adventure, or relaxation. If you're ready to dive into one of Oahu's most iconic experiences, Kualoa Ranch is calling. This legendary property, known as Jurassic Valley, offers a range of guided tours through lush mountains and movie-set landscapes. Hop on an adrenaline-pumping UTV Raptor tour, soar through the trees on a zip line, or take a horseback ride through the valleys made famous by Hollywood. Tours last between 90 minutes and 3 hours, and prices range from $55 to $150 USD per person depending on the activity. If you'd rather keep things easy, simply pull into Kualoa Regional Park across the road. This peaceful shoreline offers front-row views of Mokoli'i, also known as Chinaman's Hat, with the green cliffs of Ka'aawa Valley rising in the distance. It's the perfect place to snap photos, breathe in the salt air, and enjoy the slower rhythm of the windward coast. Insider tip. Even if you're not doing a full tour, it's worth stopping at the Kualoa Ranch Visitor Center to check availability for later in your trip. Tours often sell out days in advance. Early evening, dinner at Kahuku food trucks. As golden hour sets in, continue your drive north to the historic Kahuku Sugar Mill, where a cluster of legendary food trucks serve up some of the best comfort food on the island. This is where flavors are bold, plates are stacked high, and every bite tastes like Hawaii. Go for the juicy Terry Samoa burger at Seven Brothers, stacked with grilled pineapple and teriyaki glaze, or dive into a plate of garlic shrimp from Da Bald Guy, pan-fried and dripping with flavor. Whether you're craving kalbi beef, spicy poke, or handmade pizza, you'll find something here that hits the spot. Expect to spend around 15 to 20 USD for a full plate with casual seating and a friendly local vibe. Insider tip. If you're looking for a place to sit down and unwind, head next door to the Kahuku Beer Garden. They've got picnic tables, shaded spots, and cold local brews to go with your food truck feast. Evening. Check in and settle into the North Shore. After a full day of coastal roads, garden walks, and local flavors, you'll arrive at your home base on Oahu's North Shore. Whether you're tucked into a cozy vacation rental, checking into the Courtyard by Marriott and Lai, or treating yourself to the luxury of Turtle Bay Resort, now's the time to unwind. Unpack, settle in, and take a breath. You've made it! And if you still have a little energy left, catch the last light at Sunset Beach or take a relaxed stroll through Halewa Town with surfers heading in, roosters crossing the road, and the sky turning pink over the waves. It's the perfect way to ease into the rhythm of the island. Day 2. North Shore Adventure. Breakfast at the Sunrise Shack. Wake up to the rhythm of the North Shore. No alarms, just crashing waves and golden light slipping through the palms. Today begins with a stop at the Sunrise Shack, a bright yellow roadside stand tucked along Kamehameha Highway, just steps from Sunset Beach. Started by local surfers, this little spot radiates laid-back island energy and serves up health-forward fuel for the day ahead. Order an acai or tropical smoothie bowl topped with fresh fruit and coconut shavings, around 13 to 15 USD, or grab a bulletproof coffee or banana bread if you're keeping it light. Whatever you choose, enjoy it under the shade of palms with the ocean breeze all around. Cage-free shark dive at Halewa Harbor. With breakfast behind you, it's time for something unforgettable. Head into Halewa Harbor for a cage-free shark dive, one of the most thrilling, humbling experiences Oahu has to offer. This 2-hour tour takes you 3 miles offshore, where you'll float in deep, open water surrounded by Galapagos and reef sharks. No cages, no tricks, just you, the ocean, and the raw presence of these powerful animals. You'll be guided by expert local watermen who make the experience safe, educational, and deeply respectful of the marine ecosystem. Tours cost $150 USD per person and must be booked in advance. Spots fill up quickly, especially in peak season. Late morning, Lanikai Beach, Turtle Beach. After your time out at sea, slow things down with a peaceful stop at Lanikai Beach, affectionately known as Turtle Beach. Located just outside Halewa, this narrow stretch of sand is one of the best places on the island to spot Hawaiian green sea turtles lounging in the sun. There's no entry fee and no official facilities, but what it lacks in infrastructure, it makes up for in natural wonder. Pull off the road, cross carefully, and you might just find one of these gentle giants resting near the shore. Volunteers often rope off the area to protect the turtles, so bring your camera, but keep your distance. Insider tip. Late morning is one of the best times to visit when the sand is warmed and the turtles start coming ashore. Look closely, sometimes they blend right into the rocks. Afternoon, lunch at Kono's in Halewa. By now, you've earned a good meal, and there's no better place than Kono's, a local favorite tucked right into the heart of Halewa. Known island-wide for their slow-roasted kalua pork, this casual spot serves sandwiches that are bold, messy, and totally worth it. Go for the Triple Crown, tender pork piled high on a toasted bun, paired with guava barbecue sauce and slaw, around 16 USD, or try their biscuit sliders with bacon, egg, and cheese if you're craving comfort food. Add a thick milkshake on the side and you're officially in vacation mode. Waimea Bay Beach Park. Just a short drive away, Waimea Bay is a place of extremes, legendary for 30-foot waves in the winter and calm, clear water in the summer months. If the conditions are right, this is a great spot to swim, sunbathe, or even cliff jump from the iconic rock at the far end of the bay. There's no entry fee, but parking fills up fast, especially midday. Even if you're just stopping by for a view, the sweeping curve of golden sand and turquoise water is a must-see on the North Shore circuit. Insider tip: if the surf is up, stay out of the water. Lifeguards are often on site, but the current here can be deceptively strong during winter swells. When in doubt, just enjoy the show from the safety of the sand. Late afternoon, Waimea Valley. Tucked just across the road from the bay, Waimea Valley is a sacred, lush retreat that slows everything down. Once a spiritual stronghold for Hawaiian high priests, today it's a botanical garden and cultural site that leads you through shaded jungle paths and ancient archaeological sites, all culminating in a 45-foot waterfall you can swim beneath. The walk to the falls is easy and paved, surrounded by towering palms, tropical flowers, and birdsong. Along the way, you might catch a hula performance, a traditional craft demo, or simply the quiet rhythm of this deeply rooted place. At the end of the trail, change into your swimsuit and take a quick dip in the cool, freshwater pool beneath the falls. Admission is $25 USD per adult, and life vests are provided and required for the waterfall swim. Insider tip: bring water shoes if you plan to swim. The rocks are slippery and your feet will thank you. And don't rush the walk. This is one of the most peaceful corners of the North Shore. Early evening, explore Halewa Town. As the sun begins its slow descent, head back into Halewa, the relaxed, artsy heart of the North Shore. This former plantation town is held onto its charm with surf shops, art galleries, and colorful wooden storefronts lining the main road. It's the kind of place where time feels slower and every window is worth peeking into. Stroll through the boutiques for locally made jewelry, prints, or beachwear, or just enjoy the small-town vibe as locals gather for the evening. And if you're in the mood for something sweet, make a stop at Matsumoto's Shave Ice, a North Shore classic. A large shave ice runs about $4 USD, and you can customize it with tropical syrups, condensed milk, or mochi on top. It's cold, colorful, and totally satisfying after a long day under the sun. Evening. Dinner at Halewa Beach, house, or similar. End your day with a relaxed island dinner just steps from the ocean. If you're in the mood for a scenic meal, Halewa Beach House delivers with open-air seating and sunset views over the harbor. Go for their fresh island fish, seared ahi, or a juicy ribeye. Entrees range from $25 to $35 USD, and the setting is unbeatable. If you're craving something more casual, head back to Seven Brothers for another round of stacked burgers, or swing by the Malai Thai food truck for a quick, comforting plate of pad thai or panang curry for around $10 to $12 USD. Whatever you choose, let the day wind down slowly. The North Shore doesn't rush anything, and by now, neither should you. Day 3. Hidden Corners of the North Shore. Morning. Snorkeling at Shark's Cove. Start your day in the water, floating freely through one of North Shore's favorite snorkeling spots. Shark's Cove isn't as intimidating as the name suggests. It's a calm, lava-rocked lined tide pool in the summer months, shallow and clear, and filled with marine life. Parrotfish, wrasses, and the occasional sea turtle weave through the coral just beneath the surface, and you can step right in from the rocky shoreline. The area is free to enter, with nearby rental shops offering masks, snorkels, and fins if you don't bring your own gear. Parking fills fast, so aim to arrive early. There are no lifeguards, and the terrain can be rocky and slippery, but for confident swimmers, this is a local favorite. Insider tip: water shoes will make all the difference here. The volcanic rock isn't foot-friendly, and always check ocean conditions before you enter, especially outside of summer. Late morning. Breakfast at Farm to Barn Cafe and Juicery. After your swim, it's time to refuel, and nothing beats the setting at Farm to Barn. Set in an open-air garden just outside of Halewa, this cafe keeps things fresh and local. order an acai bowl topped with island fruit, or try their avocado toast with microgreens and poached eggs. For something heartier, the breakfast burrito with sweet potato, black beans, and salsa hits the spot. Grab a seat under the string lights or out by the lawn and take in the quiet rhythm of the North Shore morning. Surfers with sand on their ankles, cyclists passing by, and chickens wandering under the tables. Afternoon, Kohana rum tour and tasting. Next, take a short drive inland to a place where Hawaii's sugarcane past meets a small batch handcrafted future. At Kohana Distillers, the rum begins in the ground, from heirloom Hawaiian sugarcane, hand-harvested and pressed into juice the same day. Join a guided tour of the sustainable farm and distillery where you'll learn about the difference between agricole-style rum and the usual molasses-based kind. Then head into the tasting room for a guided flight of their signature rums, bold, earthy, and rich with terroir. The tour and tasting run around $25 USD per person and typically last about an hour. It's a deep dive into Hawaiian spirits, history, and craftsmanship, and a perfect shift in pace. Coffee shop and Surfer's Coffee, Wahiawa. On the way back toward Halewa, swing through Hahiawa for a quick caffeine stop at Surfer's Coffee. This laid-back, non-profit cafe is filled with art, surfboards, and good energy. The kind of place where time slows down just enough to sip a latte or cold brew and people watch from the front porch. It's a local favorite and a great spot to recharge before your afternoon stroll. Late afternoon, explore historic Halewa Town. Back in Halewa, take time to wander. This town isn't about attractions, it's about atmosphere. Wooden storefronts house everything from surf shops to boutique galleries, and the smell of garlic shrimp floats through the air. The streets here are walkable and friendly, perfect for picking up souvenirs, beachwear, or something sweet. Pop into a few local spots, maybe a handmade jewelry stand, a surf brand born right here, or an art gallery filled with ocean-inspired prints. And don't rush it. This part of the island lives by its own clock. Lunch food tour in Halewa. If you're still hungry or just curious, Halewa is one of the best places in Oahu to eat like a local. Start at Jenny's Shrimp Truck, where the spicy garlic shrimp plate is served with scoops of rice and a wedge of lemon. Then walk over to Poke for the People for a fully customized bowl layered with ahi, avocado, green onion, and crunchy garlic. Top it all off with a dessert from Kaimana Shave Ice, soft, snowy texture made from all-natural syrups and served with mochi or sweet cream drizzle. Each stop is quick, casual, and bursting with flavor. You don't need a reservation, just a good appetite and a willingness to try something new. Insider tip. If you can't decide where to start, hit the food truck with the longest line. It's usually the best sign on the island. Early evening, afternoon beach time. To close out the day, head back to the beach, whichever spot calls to you. Waimea Bay is always a good bet, especially in the late afternoon when the crowd's thin and the golden light hits the cliffs just right. Whether you swim, lie back in the sand, or climb the big rock for one last jump, it's the perfect exhale after a day of flavor, culture, and exploring. Evening, dinner on the North Shore. As the sky shifts from gold to deep blue, pick a familiar place for dinner, something easy, comfortable, and close. If you missed Halewa Beach House or Seven Brothers earlier in the trip, now's the time to go, or return to your favorite from day 2. The North Shore doesn't rush dinner, and tonight, neither should you. Grab a table, order something hearty, and toast to a day well spent. Day 4, East Side Escape. Morning, sunrise hike at Lanikai Pillbox. Today starts before the island does. As the first light begins to stretch across the sky, make your way to the trailhead for the Lanikai Pillbox hike. This short, steep climb rises above one of the most beautiful beaches on Oahu and rewards every step with panoramic views over Lanikai and the Mokulua Islands. The trail is unpaved and uneven, but the view from the top, soft pink skies, ocean like glass, and the islands glowing in gold is worth every breath. The trail is free to access and takes about 30 to 45 minutes round trip, depending on pace and photo stops. It's best to start early, not just for the view, but for parking. The trail sits in a quiet residential neighborhood, and legal street parking goes quickly. Insider tip. Pack a light breakfast snack or pastry before the hike. There are no facilities here, and you'll want something to keep you going before your next stop. Late morning, beach time at Kailua or Lanikai Beach. After your sunrise hike, head down to Kailua or Lanikai Beach and ease into the morning. These are two of the most beautiful beaches on Oahu, known for their soft white sand, calm turquoise waters, and quiet local vibe. Whether you stretch out on a towel, wade through the shallows, or rent a kayak for a short paddle along the coast, this is a moment to slow down and soak in the rhythm of the island. Insider tip: Lanikai Beach doesn't have parking or restrooms, so if you want more amenities, stick to Kailua Beach Park, where you'll find showers, picnic tables, and easier access. Coffee break at Chadloo's Coffee Roasters. Before heading into town, make a quick stop at Chadloo's Coffee Roasters, a cozy cafe tucked into Kailua's side streets known for its community feel and small batch roasts. Grab a handcrafted latte for around $6 and a warm slice of banana bread for another $4 to $5. The vibe is local and the music is mellow, and the espresso is just what you need to reset before the afternoon ahead. Afternoon, shopping in Kailua plus lunch. Kailua town is small but full of personality. Spend some time browsing local boutiques like Olive or Manuhili, where you'll find Hawaiian-inspired clothing, island-made jewelry, and thoughtfully designed gifts. It's an easy place to find something unique and to wander without a plan. For lunch, you've got two great options. If you're lucky enough to be here on a weekend, Cafe Kopi's Singaporean laksa is rich, spicy, and full of depth. If not, they still offer a solid menu of rice bowls, noodles, and Southeast Asian-inspired plates. Or grab a poke bowl from Foodland and take it to go. It's a perfect option for a casual beachside picnic loaded with fresh ahi and crispy toppings. Either way, plan to spend around $15 to $20 per person. Late afternoon, visit Byodoin Temple. From Kailua, take the scenic route toward the Valley of the Temples, a quiet green basin at the foot of the Ko'ulau Mountains. Here you'll find the Byodoin Temple, a stunning replica of a 950-year-old Buddhist temple in Uji, Japan. Cross the Red Bridge, ring the sacred bell, and step into a peaceful world of koi ponds, black swans, and still reflection. The temple is surrounded by lush gardens and tucked beneath towering cliffs. It's a calm, reverent space that slows everything down. Admission is $7 for adults, $6 for seniors, and $4 for children, with no cash accepted at the gate, credit or debit only. Plan to spend 30 to 45 minutes here walking the grounds and enjoying the quiet. Early evening, wine and dinner in Kailua. Before leaving Kailua behind, there's one more indulgence to enjoy. Head to Bottleheads, a cozy wine shop and bar with a rotating list of carefully selected wines and a few light bites to pair them with. Sip something crisp and cold and savor the latest tastes of the town before heading back toward the city. For dinner, walk just a few steps over to Easy Quay, a modern Hawaiian-American barbecue spot that's anything but ordinary. Their huli huli chicken is flame-grilled and glazed with sweet savory sauce, and the sides, think kimchi slaw, furikake fries, and baked mac, give it an island twist. Expect to spend around $20 to $25 for a satisfying plate and drink. Insider tip: if you're not up for a full dinner, Easy Quay also offers takeout. Grab your meal and head to the beach to eat under the colors of the setting sky. Evening, scenic drive to Waikiki. As the day winds down, take the Pali Highway south, a winding, high-altitude route that cuts through the center of the island and delivers you into the heart of Honolulu. If you didn't stop earlier, pull into Nu'uanu Pali Lookout for a sweeping view of the windward coast. The parking fee is $7, and the view is unforgettable. Cliffs that drop straight into green valleys and ridgelines carved by centuries of wind. Continue the descent into the city and check into your Waikiki hotel, a new rhythm, a new view, and the start of your final chapter on Oahu. Whether you're steps from the sand or up in a high-rise, now's the time to unwind, take in the city lights, and prepare for one last day of exploration. Day 5, Southeast Coast and Waikiki farewell. Morning, snorkeling at Hanauma Bay Nature Preserve. Start your final day early with a sunrise drive toward the southeast coast and one of Oahu's most iconic natural treasures, Hanauma Bay. This protected marine life conservation area is home to a vibrant coral reef teeming with tropical fish, making it one of the best snorkeling spots on the island. Entry opens at 6:45 a.m., and reservations must be made online exactly 2 days in advance. Bookings go live at 8:59 a.m. HST and sell out fast. Once you arrive, you'll check in and watch a short 9-minute educational video that covers reef etiquette and safety. Then it's a short drive down to the bay where you'll enter calm, crystal clear water and float among parrotfish, wrasses, and maybe even a sea turtle or two. Admission is $25 per person, and the experience is worth every cent. Pack light but smart. You'll want reef-safe sunscreen, water, snacks, a towel, and your own snorkel gear if possible. Rentals are available, but bringing your own saves time and fits better. Insider tip: book the earliest time slot available and aim to be parked before 7 a.m. The fish are more active, the crowds are thinner, and the sun isn't yet at full strength. Late morning, Coco Crater Tramway Hike. If you're still up for a challenge, head just 5 minutes inland to Coco Head District Park, home of the legendary Coco Crater Trail. This hike is not for the faint of heart. It climbs straight up an old railway track up 1,048 steep, unforgiving steps, but the payoff is spectacular. Sweeping views over Hanauma Bay, the southeastern coastline, and the Pacific stretching out to infinity. There's no admission fee, and parking is free, but be sure to bring water, a hat, and take your time, especially under the midday sun. This is one of the most intense hikes on Oahu, but also one of the most rewarding for those willing to take it on. If your Hanauma Bay entry is later in the morning, you can flip the order. Hike first, snorkel after. Afternoon, lunch at Koko Marina Center, Hawaii Kai. After your coastal adventures, it's time to refuel at Koko Marina Center, a convenient and lively spot right nearby. For a quick and refreshing local lunch, Hanapa'a Market serves some of the island's best poke bowls with generous cuts of ahi tuna, rice, and a full array of crunchy toppings. Expect to spend around $15 to $18 per bowl. Or grab a table at Kona Brewing Company, where you can sit back with a local craft beer and a wood-fired pizza or salad, surrounded by marina views and a breezy, casual vibe. Most meals here range from $18 to $25 per person, and service is fast and friendly. Late afternoon, Leonard's Malasada Truck and free time in Waikiki. No trip to Oahu is complete without a stop at Leonard's Malasada Truck, and lucky for you, it's parked just down the block. These Portuguese donuts are served hot and rolled in flavored sugars. Go for the lihing or cinnamon malasadas, skip the cream-filled ones unless you're feeling bold. At around $2 each, they're light, warm, and totally addictive. After dessert, make your way back to Waikiki for some well-earned downtime. Whether you stroll along Kalakaua Avenue, relax at the pool, or take one last dip in the ocean, this is your time to enjoy the city's energy or escape from it if that's more your style. Evening, dinner at Marugame Udon, Waikiki. Wrap up your final night with one of Waikiki's most beloved casual eats, Marugame Udon. This spot is known for long lines, but here's the trick. Skip the crowd and order to go from the side window. You'll watch fresh udon noodles being pulled and cut right behind the glass, then choose from beef, curry, or simple broth-based bowls topped with green onion, tempura flakes, or a soft-boiled egg. A regular bowl costs between $6 and $11, with a piece or two of tempura on the side, bringing your total to around $10 to $15 per person. Whether you take it to the beach or enjoy it back at your hotel, it's warm, unfussy, and exactly the kind of low-key, satisfying meal that makes a final night feel complete. From sunrise hikes to reef-filled bays, volcano climbs to beachside poke, Oahu delivered. 5 days, each one full of color, flavor, and unforgettable moments. If you found some inspiration here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. There's more adventure ahead. Thanks for watching, and as always, safe travels!